Do you ever feel like you're not getting the respect you deserve? Perhaps you've experienced moments when your opinions are ignored, your emotions brushed aside, or your ideas dismissed without consideration. It's a disheartening feeling, isn't it? Feeling like you don't matter to others, like your voice doesn't carry weight. But fear not, because in this video, we're diving deep into the topic of earning respect from others. Throughout our lives, we all crave respect. It's a fundamental human desire to feel valued and acknowledged by those around us. And yet, earning respect isn't always straightforward. It requires a combination of self-awareness, assertiveness, and interpersonal skills. That's why in this video, we're going to explore 9 powerful rules that will help you command the respect you deserve in any situation. Before we begin, consider subscribing to our channel, and remember, every rule discussed here is important. So make sure you stick around till the end and don't skip any part. Number 1, use confident body language. Body language is a powerful form of communication that often speaks louder than words. It's the nonverbal cues we send out into the world, conveying our emotions, attitudes, and self-perception. Imagine yourself walking into a room with your shoulders hunched, arms crossed tightly against your chest, and your gaze fixed on the ground. What message does this posture convey? It exudes a sense of insecurity, fear, or discomfort, doesn't it? This type of body language not only fails to command respect, but also signals to others that you lack confidence in yourself and your abilities. On the flip side, imagine walking into that same room with your head held high, shoulders back, and a confident stride. You make eye contact with those around you, radiating self-assurance and poise. What kind of impression does this body language make? It commands attention, doesn't it? People are drawn to individuals who exude confidence through their body language. They instinctively assume that someone who carries themselves with such assurance must have good reason to do so, and thus they are more likely to respect and admire them. So how can you cultivate confident body language to earn the respect of others? Start by being mindful of your posture and how you carry yourself in various situations. Practice standing tall with your shoulders back and your chest open. Make eye contact with others, signaling that you are engaged and present in the interaction. Avoid crossing your arms or fidgeting nervously, as these gestures can convey defensiveness or discomfort. Additionally, pay attention to your facial expressions and gestures. A genuine smile and open, welcoming gestures can go a long way in making others feel comfortable and respected in your presence. Remember, confidence is not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about embracing and expressing your authentic self with conviction and self-assurance. By adopting confident body language, you not only project a positive image to the world, but also cultivate a sense of self-respect and empowerment within yourself. People are naturally drawn to individuals who exude confidence and self-assurance, and by mastering the art of confident body language, you can earn the respect and admiration of those around you. So stand tall, make eye contact, and let your body language speak volumes about the confident, capable individual you are. Number 2, stop apologizing. Apologizing is a fundamental aspect of social interaction. It's a way to acknowledge our mistakes, take responsibility for our actions, and express remorse when we've caused harm or inconvenience to others. However, like many things in life, there's a fine line between genuine apologies and over-apologizing. Think about the last time you found yourself constantly saying, "I'm sorry" throughout the day. Perhaps you bumped into someone on the street, apologized. Maybe you arrived a few minutes late to a meeting, apologized. You even found yourself apologizing for things that were entirely out of your control, like the weather or a colleague's mistake. Sound familiar? While it's important to apologize when we've genuinely made a mistake or hurt someone, constantly saying "I'm sorry" without reason can diminish our credibility and undermine our self-confidence. It sends the message that we lack confidence in ourselves and our decisions, ultimately eroding the respect others have for us. So how can we break the habit of over-apologizing and regain the respect of those around us? It starts with becoming more mindful of our words and actions. Before automatically defaulting to an apology, pause and consider whether it's truly warranted in the situation. Ask yourself, am I genuinely at fault here? Did I cause harm or inconvenience to someone else? If the answer is no, then there's no need to apologize. Instead of reflexively saying, I'm sorry, try expressing gratitude or empathy instead. For example, if you're running late to a meeting, instead of apologizing profusely, acknowledge the inconvenience and express appreciation for the other person's patience. By reframing your language in this way, you show respect for the other person's time and demonstrate maturity and self-assurance. Of course, there are times when apologies are necessary and appropriate. When we've made a mistake that has affected others, it's important to take ownership of our actions, apologize sincerely, and take steps to make amends. However, by being more discerning in our apologies and reserving them for situations where they are truly warranted, we can rebuild our credibility and earn the respect of those around us. Ultimately, breaking the habit of over-apologizing requires a shift in mindset and behavior. It's about recognizing our worth and value as individuals and refusing to diminish ourselves with unnecessary apologies. By learning to assert ourselves confidently and authentically, we can command the respect and admiration of others while fostering a healthier, more empowered sense of self. Number 3, learn to say no. Saying no is a powerful yet often underutilized tool in our interpersonal interactions. Many of us struggle with the fear of disappointing others or being perceived as uncooperative, so we default to saying yes to every request or demand that comes our way. However, constantly saying yes can lead to burnout, resentment, and ultimately, a lack of respect from others. Learning to say no assertively and without guilt is essential for establishing boundaries, prioritizing our own well-being, and ultimately earning the respect of those around us. It's about recognizing our own limits and values and having the courage to honor them, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. So how can we become more comfortable saying no without feeling guilty or selfish? It starts with understanding that saying no doesn't make us bad people or mean that we don't care about others. In fact, saying no can be an act of self-care and self-respect, as it allows us to preserve our time, energy, and resources for the things that truly matter to us. When faced with a request or demand that doesn't align with our priorities or values, it's important to respond assertively and respectfully. Rather than simply saying no, try offering an explanation or alternative solution. For example, instead of outright refusing a request from a colleague, you could say something like, I appreciate the opportunity, but I'm currently swamped with other projects. Perhaps we could revisit this at a later date or find someone else who's available to help. By offering a clear and respectful response, you demonstrate that you value your own time and priorities, while also showing consideration for the needs of others. This approach not only fosters mutual respect and understanding, but also sets a positive example for healthy communication and boundary setting in your relationships. Of course, learning to say no assertively and confidently takes practice and self-awareness. It may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to prioritizing others' needs over your own. However, with time and practice, you'll become more comfortable asserting your boundaries and saying no when necessary, ultimately earning the respect and admiration of those around you. Learning to say no is a valuable skill that can help us preserve our time, energy, and resources for the things that truly matter to us. By asserting our boundaries confidently and respectfully, we not only demonstrate self-respect and self-worth, but also earn the respect and admiration of others. So let's embrace the power of no and learn to prioritize ourselves without guilt or hesitation. Number 4, avoid gossiping. Gossiping is a common social phenomenon that often occurs in various settings, from the workplace to social gatherings. It involves discussing the personal affairs or behavior of others, typically in a negative or judgmental manner, often without their knowledge or consent. While gossiping may seem harmless or even entertaining, it can have serious consequences for both the gossiper and the individuals being talked about. One of the primary reasons why gossiping is detrimental to earning respect is that it erodes trust and undermines the integrity of relationships. When we engage in gossip, we betray the trust of those we are talking about, as well as the trust of those who are listening to us. It creates an atmosphere of negativity and suspicion, where people feel wary of sharing personal information or confiding in others. Moreover, gossiping reflects poorly on our own character and integrity. It suggests that we are willing to engage in petty or malicious behavior at the expense of others, rather than focusing on building positive and meaningful connections. In essence, gossiping diminishes our credibility and integrity in the eyes of others, making it difficult to earn their respect and trust. So how can we break the habit of gossiping and cultivate more respectful and constructive communication habits? It starts with recognizing the harmful effects of gossiping and making a conscious effort to refrain from engaging in it. Instead of spreading rumors or talking behind others' backs, focus on building others up and fostering positive relationships based on trust and mutual respect. When faced with the temptation to gossip, ask yourself whether the information you're about to share is true, necessary, and kind. If not, then it's best to refrain from discussing it altogether. Instead, redirect the conversation to more positive and constructive topics, or simply walk away from the situation entirely. By refusing to participate in gossip and choosing to focus on building positive and respectful relationships, you demonstrate integrity, maturity, and empathy. You show others that you value their trust and respect, and that you are committed to fostering a culture of respect and kindness in your interactions. Remember, gossiping is a harmful behavior that undermines trust, integrity, and respect in relationships. By refraining from engaging in gossip and focusing on building positive and constructive connections with others, we can earn their respect and admiration. Number 5. Avoid oversharing. Oversharing is a common pitfall in social interactions, particularly when we're trying to make a good impression or connect with others. It involves divulging too much personal information or dominating conversations with our own experiences, often at the expense of others' contributions. While oversharing may stem from a desire to be relatable or authentic, it can actually hinder our ability to earn respect from others. One of the key reasons why oversharing can be detrimental to earning respect is that it can come across as self-centered or inconsiderate of others' time and attention. When we dominate conversations with our own experiences or ramble on about irrelevant details, we risk alienating others and making them feel unimportant or undervalued. It creates an imbalance in the conversation where one person's needs and interests overshadow those of others, ultimately diminishing our credibility and respectability. Moreover, oversharing can undermine our ability to connect with others on a deeper level. Instead of fostering genuine connections based on mutual interests and shared experiences, oversharing can create a superficial or one-sided dynamic in which others feel like passive listeners rather than active participants. This can lead to feelings of disengagement or disinterest, making it difficult to earn the respect and admiration of those around us. So how can we avoid oversharing and cultivate more respectful and balanced communication habits? It starts with being mindful of our speech and actively listening to others in conversations. Instead of dominating discussions with our own experiences, take the time to ask questions and show genuine interest in what others have to say. Practice empathy and compassion, and be mindful of the impact your words and actions have on those around you. When sharing personal information, be selective and considerate of others' boundaries and comfort levels. Avoid divulging sensitive or intimate details unless it's appropriate and relevant to the conversation. Focus on finding common ground and fostering meaningful connections based on shared interests and experiences. By avoiding oversharing and cultivating more respectful and balanced communication habits, we demonstrate empathy, maturity, and consideration for others. We show that we value their time and attention, and that we are committed to building genuine connections based on mutual respect and understanding. Remember, oversharing can hinder our ability to earn respect from others by coming across as self-centered or inconsiderate of their needs and interests. By practicing mindful communication and actively listening to others, we can avoid oversharing and foster more meaningful connections based on mutual respect and understanding. So let's commit to being thoughtful and considerate communicators and earn the respect and admiration of those around us. Number 6, stop talking. The art of effective communication isn't just about speaking, it's also about listening. Yet, many of us fall into the trap of talking too much, dominating conversations, and failing to truly listen to others. This tendency to talk endlessly can hinder our ability to earn respect from those around us, as it can come across as self-centered, inconsiderate, and even disrespectful. One of the primary reasons why talking too much can be detrimental to earning respect is that it can prevent us from truly understanding and connecting with others. When we monopolize conversations with our own thoughts and experiences, we deprive others of the opportunity to share their perspectives and feel heard. This can create a sense of frustration or resentment, as others may feel like their opinions and contributions are being disregarded or dismissed. Moreover, talking too much can also be a sign of insecurity or a need for validation. When we feel the need to constantly fill the silence with our own voice, it may be because we're seeking approval or validation from others. However, this behavior can backfire and actually diminish our credibility and respectability, as it can come across as insincere or attention-seeking. So how can we break the habit of talking too much and cultivate more respectful and balanced communication habits? It starts with becoming more aware of our speech patterns and actively listening to others in conversations. Instead of constantly interjecting with our own thoughts and experiences, practice the art of active listening, where we focus on understanding and empathizing with others' perspectives. When engaging in conversations, be mindful of the balance between speaking and listening. Allow others the space to express themselves and share their thoughts without feeling the need to constantly interject or dominate the discussion. Practice asking open-ended questions and showing genuine interest in what others have to say, rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. Additionally, learn to embrace the power of silence in communication. Not every pause needs to be filled with noise. Sometimes taking a moment to pause and reflect before responding can convey thoughtfulness and consideration. By embracing silence as a tool in communication, we can create a more respectful and balanced dynamic in our interactions with others. By practicing mindful communication and actively listening to others, we demonstrate empathy, maturity, and respect for their perspectives and experiences. We show that we value their contributions and are committed to fostering meaningful connections based on mutual understanding and respect. Remember, talking too much can hinder our ability to earn respect from others by preventing us from truly listening and understanding their perspectives. By practicing active listening and embracing silence as a tool in communication, we can cultivate more respectful and balanced communication habits and earn the respect and admiration of those around us. Number 7, speak up when mistreated. One of the fundamental aspects of earning respect is standing up for oneself in the face of mistreatment or injustice. Yet, many of us struggle with the fear of confrontation or the desire to avoid conflict, leading us to remain silent in situations where we are being mistreated or taken advantage of. However, staying silent in the face of mistreatment not only erodes our self-respect, but also diminishes our credibility and respectability in the eyes of others. One of the primary reasons why speaking up when mistreated is crucial for earning respect is that it demonstrates self-respect and self-worth. When we allow others to mistreat us or take advantage of us without speaking up, we send the message that we don't value ourselves enough to assert our boundaries and stand up for our rights. This can lead to a loss of respect from those around us, as they may perceive us as weak or lacking in self-confidence. Speaking up when mistreated is essential for maintaining healthy and respectful relationships. By asserting our boundaries and addressing mistreatment directly, we set clear expectations for how we expect to be treated and foster a culture of mutual respect and understanding. This can lead to stronger and more authentic connections with others, built on a foundation of trust and respect. So, how can we learn to speak up when mistreated and assert our boundaries effectively? It starts with recognizing our own worth and value as individuals and refusing to tolerate mistreatment or disrespect from others. Instead of remaining silent out of fear or discomfort, practice assertive communication techniques that allow you to express your concerns and assert your boundaries in a respectful and diplomatic manner. When addressing mistreatment, be clear and specific about the behavior that is unacceptable and the impact it has on you. Use I statements to express your feelings and concerns without placing blame or attacking the other person. For example, instead of saying "you always treat me unfairly," you could say "I feel disrespected when you interrupt me in meetings." Additionally, be prepared to set consequences for continued mistreatment if necessary. Let the other person know that you are willing to take action to protect yourself and maintain your self-respect. This may involve setting boundaries, seeking support from others, or even distancing yourself from the person or situation altogether. By speaking up when mistreated, we demonstrate strength, courage, and self-respect. We show that we value ourselves enough to assert our boundaries and stand up for our rights, even in the face of discomfort or conflict. This can earn the respect and admiration of those around us, as they see us as individuals who are willing to advocate for ourselves and others. Number 8. Stop being too nice. Kindness is a virtue that is universally admired and appreciated. However, there is a fine line between being genuinely kind and being a pushover. Oftentimes, people mistakenly believe that being overly accommodating and agreeable will earn them respect and admiration from others. However, the reality is quite the opposite. When we constantly bend over backward to please everyone and prioritize others' needs over our own, we inadvertently diminish our own value and self-respect. People may perceive us as lacking in confidence or authenticity, as if we are trying too hard to please others at the expense of our own well-being. This can lead to a loss of respect from those around us, as they may view us as insincere or lacking in integrity. Moreover, being too nice can also lead to feelings of resentment and frustration. When we consistently put others' needs and desires ahead of our own, we may start to feel taken advantage of or unappreciated. This can breed feelings of bitterness and resentment, ultimately damaging our relationships and diminishing our self-esteem. So how can we break this cycle of being too nice and cultivate more respect for ourselves and others? It starts with recognizing the importance of setting boundaries and prioritizing our own well-being. Instead of constantly saying yes to every request or demand that comes our way, practice saying no assertively and without guilt when necessary. Focus on being assertive and authentic in your interactions with others. Instead of trying to please everyone all the time, be true to yourself and your values. Speak up for what you believe in and don't be afraid to assert your boundaries when necessary. This will help others see you as a person of integrity and strength, worthy of respect and admiration. Learn to differentiate between genuine kindness and people-pleasing behavior. True kindness comes from a place of sincerity and compassion, whereas people-pleasing stems from a desire for validation or approval from others. By practicing genuine kindness and compassion, you can earn the respect and admiration of those around you without compromising your own well-being. Remember, being too nice can undermine our self-respect and diminish our credibility in the eyes of others. By setting boundaries, prioritizing our own well-being, and practicing authentic kindness, we can earn the respect and admiration of those around us while maintaining our integrity and self-worth. Number 9, stand up for someone else. In a world where injustice and mistreatment are unfortunately all too common, one of the most powerful ways to earn respect is by standing up for those who cannot stand up for themselves. This principle goes beyond simply advocating for our own rights and well-being. It involves using our voice and influence to speak out against injustice and oppression, even when it may be uncomfortable or risky to do so. When we stand up for someone else, we demonstrate courage, empathy, and integrity. We show that we are willing to put ourselves on the line for the greater good, even if it means facing opposition or backlash from others. This willingness to stand up for what is right, even in the face of adversity, commands respect and admiration from those around us. Standing up for someone else fosters a sense of solidarity and community. It sends a powerful message that we are all in this together and that we have each other's backs in times of need. This can create a culture of mutual respect and support where everyone feels valued and empowered to speak up against injustice and discrimination. So how can we practice standing up for someone else in our daily lives? It starts with being vigilant and observant of the injustices and mistreatment happening around us. Whether it's witnessing a coworker being unfairly criticized in a meeting or seeing someone being bullied at school, it's important to speak up and intervene when we see wrongdoing. When standing up for someone else, it's crucial to do so with diplomacy and empathy. Approach the situation with sensitivity and understanding, and try to resolve the issue peacefully and constructively. Use your voice and influence to advocate for the rights and well-being of others, and be prepared to take action if necessary, even if it means facing opposition or criticism from others. Additionally, don't underestimate the power of solidarity and support. Sometimes, simply offering a listening ear or a shoulder to lean on can make a world of difference to someone who is facing mistreatment or injustice. By standing up for someone else, we create a ripple effect of kindness and compassion that can inspire others to do the same. Standing up for someone else is a powerful way to earn respect and create positive change in our communities. By demonstrating courage, empathy, and integrity, we show that we are willing to fight for what is right and stand up against injustice and mistreatment, even when it may be difficult or risky to do so. As we reach the end of the video, it's clear that earning respect is not just a matter of chance, but a deliberate practice rooted in self-awareness and empathy. By adhering to the 9 rules outlined in this video, you have the power to transform your interactions and relationships, earning the respect and admiration of those around you. I encourage you to apply these principles in your daily life and observe the positive impact they have on your confidence, self-esteem, and overall well-being. Remember, respect is earned, not given freely. Implement these rules into your life and watch as others start to treat you with the respect and admiration you deserve. If you found this video helpful and resonated with the message, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more valuable content. Thank you for watching.